Leon Cosmode never could have imagined that his enemy of decades, the Silver Dragon Queen Rosweiss, would turn out to be a white-haired mature beauty, and the first thing she did to get revenge on Leon Cosmode was to bear him a pair of half-dragon, half-human twin daughters, forcibly transforming him from a dragon slayer into a dragon knight, all because Leon Cosmode had cast a blood curse on her while imprisoned. After she tasted Leon Cosmode's blood, her whole body burned with desire. As the Silver Dragon Queen, how could Rosweiss willingly endure such humiliation? Yet her body's instincts still made her lose her purity, and since dragons have always followed monogamous rules, she lost any chance of finding a mate among her own kind. What made her hate him even more was that Leon Cosmode wanted to choose death in the end. You despicable man, the humiliation you've brought upon this queen must be repaid many times over. From now on, you'll obediently help this queen raise children. Dragons were the strongest race on this continent. Though few in number, they mastered ancient magic. But humans were the dragon's greatest enemy. The human-dragon war had lasted for over 100 years, with countless casualties on both sides. But in the year 2024 of the creation calendar, Leon Cosmode, humanity's strongest dragon slayer, led an army to attack the Silver Dragon clan. He was determined to eliminate his greatest rival, the Silver Dragon Queen, Rosweiss. However, he was betrayed by his own people and became a prisoner of the dragons. At that moment, in the Silver Dragon clan's dungeon, Rosweiss approached with a victor's bearing, planning to thoroughly humiliate Leon Cosmode. After dismissing her two subordinates, she looked down at Leon Cosmode with contempt. So this is humanity's great dragon-slaying hero? How does it feel to be our prisoner now? Leon Cosmode knew death was inevitable, and asked Rosweiss to give him a quick end, or else he would one day slaughter all dragons. The Silver Dragon Queen chuckled. Want to die? It won't be that easy. With that, she grabbed Leon Cosmode's chin, examining him with a mocking gaze. You're quite a handsome and masculine man. If your face had a few more scars, I'd like you even more. As her fingertip cut across Leon Cosmode's cheek, leaving a thin wound, he immediately felt some pain. Leon Cosmode told Rosweiss to stop humiliating him, saying, "Kill me or torture me, just get on with it." But she playfully licked the blood from her finger. You're so powerful. If you hadn't been betrayed by scoundrels, you wouldn't be in such a sorry state. Why not join our Silver Dragon clan instead? Hearing this, Leon Cosmode sneered coldly. You want me to serve you, you female dragon, as if you're worthy? As soon as he finished speaking, a flash of killing intent crossed Rosweiss's eyes. She immediately swung her tail with force, slamming Leon Cosmode hard against the wall behind him. Before Leon Cosmode could react, she stepped on him. A stinking man dares to be rude to this queen? Getting too full of yourself, aren't you? You still think you're humanity's celebrated great hero? Stop daydreaming. Wake up. You're about to die here, you overconfident failure. Maybe you once had a chance to let your descendants enjoy prosperity with you, but unfortunately, with no heirs, you'll never see that day. Rosweiss, don't underestimate humans. Suddenly, she began wrapping her dragon tail around Leon Cosmode's neck. Such a stubborn fellow. Let me give you a taste of suffering first. With that, Rosweiss's tail kept tightening, and the intense suffocation nearly made Leon Cosmode pass out. Finally, Leon Cosmode gritted his teeth and spoke with difficulty, Your Majesty. Hearing this noble title, Rosweiss thought Leon Cosmode was about to beg for mercy. You made two mistakes from the start. She was stunned. First, you shouldn't have been alone with me, the strongest dragon slayer. Second, you shouldn't have tasted my blood. With that, Leon Cosmode immediately activated the blood curse, and blood-red magical marks appeared in his pupils. The next second, the same magical marks appeared in Rosweiss's eyes. Her tail unconsciously loosened from Leon Cosmode's neck, and she quickly stepped back 2 paces. At this moment, Rosweiss only felt her whole body burning, her consciousness gradually becoming hazy. A strong sense of weakness made her collapse directly to the ground, anxiety rising in her heart. Why is my body out of control? What's happening to me? Leon Cosmode slowly walked to her front. Your Majesty, your entire life will be lived in the pain brought by your soul. But just as Leon Cosmode finished speaking, Rosweiss suddenly pounced into his arms and pinned him against the wall. She stared at Leon Cosmode with a flushed face, and Leon Cosmode could even feel her accelerated heartbeat. Could she be aroused? Indeed, Rosweiss lifted Leon Cosmode's face and kissed him directly. It's over. Now it was Leon Cosmode's turn to blush and have his heart race. After a long 2.5 hours, the magical marks in Rosweiss's eyes began to fade. After regaining consciousness, she suddenly discovered she was no longer pure, having been possessed by another. She turned and roared at Leon Cosmode viciously. You bastard! What did you just do to me? But Leon Cosmode remained quite calm as he explained to her. I cast a forbidden technique on you that can only be used once in a lifetime. The blood curse. Because you tasted my blood. From now on, there will be a soul link between us. If I die, the curse will plunge you into endless pain. After hearing this, Rosweiss thought Leon Cosmode was lying. If it's a curse that takes effect after death, then why just now? Leon Cosmode hadn't expected an accident. The blood curse had a side effect on you, making you go into heat. Before Leon Cosmode could finish speaking, Rossweiss shouted shyly, "You damn man, shut up!" Seeing that she had finally fallen into his hands, Leon Cosmode's mood instantly improved, and he didn't forget to tease her. "As far as I know, your dragon race follows monogamous rules, right? After I die, the great Silver Dragon Queen will not only be unable to find a new mate, but also unable to leave descendants, and won't be able to explain any of this to the dragon race. It seems I really used this curse correctly." Hearing Leon Cosmode's full mockery, Rossweiss felt both ashamed and angry. At this time, he continued to rub salt in her wounds. "Your Majesty, didn't you say I had no heirs before? And now you're also heirless. Bastard, I'll kill you!" Rossweiss angrily extended her dragon claws toward Leon Cosmode. But Leon Cosmode mocked himself. "You don't need to kill me yourself. This broken body of mine will die soon, and you, the high and mighty Silver Dragon Queen, will live a lifetime of pain with hatred for me. This is my curse on you as a human." Rossweiss immediately stopped her attack, because now she was very conflicted. A mere human using such despicable methods. Seeing Leon Cosmode, who had fallen into a coma, she angrily kicked him a few times. "Stinking man, taking advantage and then wanting to die? You wish!" With that, she used the Silver Dragon Clan's healing magic to treat the dying Leon Cosmode. Unknowingly, Leon Cosmode had been sleeping in the Dragon Castle for 2 years. In his dreams, he recalled his short but legendary life. At age 5, Leon Cosmode killed a vicious dog with his bare hands to save the neighbor girl, and was taken as a disciple by a passing top dragon-slaying master. At 14, he graduated from the Dragon-Slaying Academy with the highest evaluation in history. At 15, he stepped onto the dragon-slaying battlefield, killed countless evil dragons, reclaimed territory, and achieved great military exploits. From then on, Leon Cosmode was called humanity's strongest dragon-slaying hero, the only hope to end this human-dragon war. Until now, he had become the Silver Dragon Queen's prisoner. Perhaps it was inner unwillingness that made Leon Cosmode wake from his slumber. Leon Cosmode was surprised to find he was in a strange and luxurious room. At this time, a little girl appeared at the door. She looked at Leon Cosmode curiously. "Hey, you're awake." Seeing such a cute little girl, Leon Cosmode's boyish heart was instantly captured. But he quickly fell into thought. It must be because he contributed so much to humanity that he could reach heaven after death. "And you must be the legendary little angel, right?" The little girl listened, somewhat confused, because her mother hadn't taught her what an angel was. Leon Cosmode looked at her with doting eyes. "Little angel, what's your name?" She happily said her name, Muen. Leon Cosmode smiled after hearing it. What a beautiful name. But why does this angel's hair color seem strange? Black hair with some white hair? At this time, Muen said, "This name was given by mother. It means moon." Leon Cosmode was somewhat confused. Angels have mothers too? He also introduced himself. "I'm Leon Cosmode." Muen looked excited. "I know, Leon means lion, mother told me." This made Leon Cosmode even more curious, and he quickly asked Muen, "Who is your mother?" When Leon Cosmode heard her say the name Rossweiss, he was instantly petrified. A bad premonition suddenly arose in his heart. Leon Cosmode tremblingly pointed to himself. "If mother is Rossweiss, then I am..." Before Leon Cosmode could finish, Muen directly answered, "Your daddy." Seeing the serious little girl, Leon Cosmode's heart was like a bolt from the blue. "She's actually my and the Silver Dragon Queen's child. I'm a dragon slayer." Just then, Muen saw her mother approaching and called out, "Mother!" Leon Cosmode quickly turned to look. It really was Rossweiss, but her expression was very cold. "Mother! Daddy woke up!" Muen wagged her little tail happily and ran to hug her. Suddenly, Rossweiss's gaze turned to Leon Cosmode, and she smiled. "You finally woke up, Leon? Mother must be very happy to see Daddy wake up, because you come to visit Daddy every day." Hearing what Muen said, she smiled meaningfully. "That's right, Mommy loves Daddy very much. You go play for a while. I have something to say to your daddy." After their daughter left, Rossweiss locked the door with her dragon tail with a bang, then approached Leon Cosmode. "How is it? Do you like the daughter I bore you?" Leon Cosmode was scared and stepped back several paces. "You should hate me to the bone, so why did you give birth to the child? Why did you save me?" Rossweiss sneered. "Do you think I'd forget what you did to me just because you slept for so long? I want you to suffer punishment for life." Upon hearing this, Leon Cosmode was both angry and afraid. "I didn't want to do that either. Humans and dragons are incompatible, natural enemies. Normally, I'd rather be beaten to death than touch you." Hearing this, Rossweiss brought her face close. "So you're saying touching me is also a kind of torture for you?" Leon Cosmode responded seriously, "Of course." The next second, Rossweiss wrapped her dragon tail around Leon Cosmode's calf, then kicked hard, making Leon Cosmode lose his balance and fall on the bed. Unexpectedly, she pounced on him directly, beginning what she called her revenge. Rossweiss tore off Leon Cosmode's shirt, preparing to carve her exclusive dragon mark on Leon Cosmode's body, completely ignoring how harshly Leon Cosmode cursed. She lightly touched with her index finger, and a dragon mark appeared on Leon Cosmode's chest. "Leon, this is my revenge on you. From now on it will be your shame, and you can never leave in this lifetime." Leon Cosmode, when your human compatriots see the dragon mark on your body, do you think they'll consider you a great dragon-slaying hero or a traitor who sided with the dragons? At this time, Leon Cosmode was enduring the pain brought by the dragon mark, questioning why she had to go this far. Ross Weiss gently held Leon Cosmode's chin. "Don't you understand even now? I want you to live in this shame for life, to be humiliated by me for life." So this was what Ross Weiss called revenge. Then let us begin. The next day in the dragon castle, two maids in the corridor happily chatted about gossip. "The queen seems to be in a very good mood today. You don't know this, but her husband suddenly woke up yesterday. So that female dragon actually declared to the outside that I'm her husband." Leon Cosmode couldn't help but worry. Could it be that this female dragon has fallen in love with me? But her combat power is too fierce. Staying with her will kill me sooner or later. I absolutely won't obediently stay here to be punished by her. Thinking of this, Leon Cosmode began planning how to escape from the dragon castle. Then he discovered there were several dragon guards watching at the door, obviously making it impossible to get out from here. However, what puzzled Leon Cosmode was that today's guards were far too few, completely different from 2 years ago. Just then, Leon Cosmode inadvertently saw a hole nearby. Strange, this wouldn't be a trap, would it? But Leon Cosmode couldn't care about that much now. No matter what, he had to leave here. Even if it was a trap, he had to break through. Although daughter Muin was very cute, he could only temporarily leave her in the care of that perverted female dragon. Unexpectedly, when Leon Cosmode escaped, he was seen by Muin upstairs. "Mother, look! Daddy is so amazing! He's crawling through a dog hole!" Muin excitedly pointed at the distant hole in the castle wall. Ross Weiss, who was eating breakfast, chuckled. "I saw it. Your daddy is quite capable." Muin happily clenched her little fists. "When will mother go fish daddy back? Muin wants to play with daddy." But Ross Weiss bent down and pressed her index finger to her little mouth. "You can't use the term fish back for daddy, it would be very rude." Muin tilted her head, looking puzzled. "Then what term should I use?" Ross Weiss showed a mischievous smile, of course. "Catch back." After some time, Leon Cosmode had escaped from the dragon castle. He just needed to cross a few mountains to reach human territory. At this time, he stopped and thought, having run so far, that female dragon shouldn't be able to catch up. But just as Leon Cosmode looked up, he saw Ross Weiss in the sky diving toward him, having transformed into a blue-eyed white dragon. "Come on! You run pretty fast." With a thunderous landing, she blocked Leon Cosmode's path. Ross Weiss was very happy to toy with Leon Cosmode like this. The reason there were so few guards was because she had deliberately transferred them away. That dog hole was also something she specifically left. Although Leon Cosmode knew it might be a trap, he didn't expect Ross Weiss to catch up so quickly. What use would it be to return to human territory now? With her mark on you, no one will acknowledge you as a dragon slayer anymore. But Leon Cosmode said that even being an ordinary person would be better than being tortured by her every day. Unexpectedly, this statement angered her. How ungrateful. Ross Weiss flapped her wings, immediately stirring up a fierce wind. Then she grabbed Leon Cosmode in one claw and spread her wings toward the sky. "You female dragon, let me go. Where are you taking me?" "Of course I'm taking you back." After flying for 3 hours, they arrived near the Empire's border city. Ross Weiss suddenly released her dragon claw, and Leon Cosmode fell directly from high altitude. Fortunately, there was a forest below to cushion the fall, so he wasn't smashed into pulp. That female dragon is really vicious. After Leon Cosmode got up, he discovered the town with lights below was indeed a human settlement. At this time, Ross Weiss transformed back into dragon-human form and stood beside Leon Cosmode. "Seeing the long-lost human town, do you think you can return to the human world just by crossing over?" "But Leon, you fundamentally cannot go back, even though it seems within reach." As soon as she finished speaking, the dragon mark on Leon Cosmode's chest suddenly flickered with purple light. Seeing this, Ross Weiss stepped forward to explain to Leon Cosmode. "I forgot to tell you. When one of the two people with dragon mark imprints wants to have intimate relations with the other, the dragon mark will react. Are you feeling restless all over now with an unbearable itchy impulse in your heart?" As she spoke, she placed her small hand on him. Leon Cosmode looked at Ross Weiss incredulously. "Are you crazy, you female dragon? Can't you see where this is?" But she just smiled. "Sai deliberately brought you in front of your homeland to make you understand what shame means. But do you think this can make me lose my faith?" Leon Cosmode angrily grabbed Ross Weiss's unruly hand. "Even so, I'll wait patiently. When the time comes, I'll repay you double for all the humiliation you've given me." Ross Weiss was stunned for a moment, then smiled playfully. "Fine then, I'm waiting to fight you to the death." 2.5 hours later, Ross Weiss was particularly satisfied with Leon Cosmode's performance. "I can give you 9 points this time, 1 less point, so you don't get proud." Leon Cosmode lay on the grass in despair, tears flowing. Being a dragon knight really isn't easy. At this time, Ross Weiss leaned close to Leon Cosmode's ear, poking his chest mischievously with her finger. How about I bring you here to visit your hometown every month? This scared Leon Cosmode into sitting up. Don't I know what you're thinking, you female dragon? Then, Roswise spread her huge dragon wings to take Leon Cosmode back to the dragon castle, because their daughter was still waiting at home. But Leon Cosmode called out to her, I, a dignified dragon-slaying hero, won't be carried back like prey. I want to walk back. Roswise behind him chuckled. You're really stubborn, aren't you? It takes me 3 hours of flight from here to the Silver Dragon Temple. You'd need at least half a month to walk. Can your weak body handle it? To this, Leon Cosmode retorted, don't underestimate human willpower. Then I'd like to see how long you can persist. Roswise hid her dragon wings as she spoke. After walking for a while, Leon Cosmode was already gasping for breath. Roswise followed behind proudly. Can't walk anymore? If you beg me? Leon Cosmode directly interrupted her. Who said I'm tired? Can't you see I'm full of energy? I see the only hard thing about you is your mouth. Faced with Roswise's mockery, Leon Cosmode gritted his teeth and swallowed his anger. Just then, they both looked ahead simultaneously. Leon Cosmode discovered these passing troops were actually dragon-slaying soldiers. Just as he wanted to rush up and get rid of this female dragon, he saw her face instantly darken. Not good. If I call for help, all those dragon-slaying soldiers will die here. But the soldiers noticed them in the distance. Are you two lost? To avoid implicating innocent people, Leon Cosmode quickly smiled. No, we're just out for a stroll. But the soldier dismounted and approached, thinking the forest was full of wild beasts and offering to escort them. He introduced himself as Walker, captain of the 47th Dragon-Slaying Squad of the Empire. Roswise's face grew increasingly gloomy, and Leon Cosmode quickly thanked Walker for his kind offer. We've learned self-defense training and can protect ourselves. He immediately held out his hand, signaling him not to approach. But Walker found Leon Cosmode very familiar and asked, haven't we met somewhere before? This statement immediately made Roswise decide to kill them all to silence them. Leon Cosmode turned to see her gathering magical energy in her hand. He immediately gripped her small hand tightly, then pulled her into his embrace, responding to Walker at the same time. Sir, you must have mistaken me for someone else. I just have a common face. My wife often mistakes me for someone else too. Right, dear? This operation startled Roswise. Then Leon Cosmode quietly pleaded with her. I'll obediently go back with you. Please cooperate with me to send them away first. So Walker saw them being lovey-dovey on the spot, and waved goodbye to them. Watching the dragon-slaying squad leave, Roswise looked at Leon Cosmode with disgust. Have you hugged enough, you bastard? Leon Cosmode, coming to his senses, quickly let her go. She thought Leon Cosmode was smart for not asking them for help. Suddenly, she angrily pointed at Leon Cosmode. You need to understand your position. Although we have children, that doesn't mean I'm your wife. To this, Leon Cosmode responded disdainfully. I was just acting just now. I never thought of being your husband either. Roswise proudly turned away. Let's go. There's still a long way ahead. But Leon Cosmode's palm suddenly had a sharp stabbing pain. It turned out he was injured by the magical energy when he forcibly grabbed her hand earlier. Combined with his already weak body, Leon Cosmode soon collapsed from exhaustion. Seeing Leon Cosmode in this state, Roswise shook her head helplessly. Such a fragile human. With that, she began transforming back into dragon form, with a large amount of purple energy surrounding her. Then she picked up Leon Cosmode with her mouth, tossed him up gently, and after he landed on her back, Roswise flapped her huge dragon wings and flew toward the dragon castle. The next morning, Leon Cosmode slowly opened his eyes to see daughter Muon excitedly lying by the bedside. Daddy, you're awake. Leon Cosmode sat up and scratched his head, asking her, how did I get back? Muon wagged her little tail, saying, Mother brought Daddy back. Sure enough, he was still carried back like prey by her in the end. At this time, Leon Cosmode noticed a butterfly bow bandage on his palm wound. Could it be that female dragon? Seeing his puzzled expression, Muon looked at Leon Cosmode expectantly for praise. I bandaged Daddy's wound. Leon Cosmode couldn't help but fall into thought. He remembered dragon scholars saying that dragons spent their entire lives in violence and bloodshed from childhood. Although Muon had obvious dragon characteristics, she showed no hostility toward Leon Cosmode, completely treating him as her father. Could this be because of the human-dragon mixed blood? Leon Cosmode immediately patted her head in praise. You did great. Muon is so cute. When you grow up, you must not be like your mother. Unexpectedly, this was overheard by the female dragon outside the door. She asked Leon Cosmode unhappily, what's wrong with being like me? Leon Cosmode quickly said, nothing, you heard wrong. Muon held up Leon Cosmode's hand to show Roswise. Mother, Muon bandaged Daddy's wound the way you taught me. After hearing this, she responded coldly, these are things you should do. Unexpectedly, after not getting praise, Muon showed no sign of disappointment. Yes, mother. It seemed Roswise was indeed a strict mother. So Leon Cosmode squatted down and patted Muon's head. How about Daddy plays a game with you? You go hide in the garden first, and after I count to 100, I'll come find you. Muin was overjoyed after hearing this. Great, Daddy is going to play hide-and-seek with Muin. Then Leon Cosmo began counting. 1, 2, 3, Muin said as she ran. Oh my, Daddy, count slower! After she ran out the door, Leon Cosmo began discussing their daughter's education with Ross Weiss. He thought she was too strict with the child. But Ross Weiss thought this was normal. Dragons have always been like this. Being strict with children from childhood cultivates strong warriors. But Muin isn't completely dragon, and she's so cute. How can you bear it? Unexpectedly, Ross Weiss said cute was a derogatory term for dragons. After hearing this, Leon Cosmo somehow got his wires crossed and actually said Ross Weiss looked cute too. Ross Weiss's anger was ignited by Leon Cosmo just like that. She grabbed Leon Cosmo's clothes. You're just my slave for venting anger, don't push your luck. Seeing her so angry, Leon Cosmo instinctively swallowed and apologized to her. Ross Weiss's anger instantly subsided. Good that you understand. I'm the Silver Dragon King with many political affairs to handle. The task of taking care of the child is left to you. By the way, that child Muin seems to like you quite a bit. When Leon Cosmo came to the garden, he got angrier the more he thought about it. Can Dragon Kings not take care of children? Acting like I, a dragon slayer, was born to be responsible for childcare. At this time, Leon Cosmo suddenly saw a familiar figure hiding behind him. That should be Muin, right? This child is still too naive. Thinking I wouldn't notice her like this? Leon Cosmo quickly turned and pointed at her. Found you, Muin. But she looked at Leon Cosmo like he was an idiot, and her attitude was completely different from before. Leon Cosmo couldn't help feeling embarrassed. Was this child angry? Seeing her keep staring at Leon Cosmo without speaking, Leon Cosmo scratched his head and smiled as he explained, Muin, sorry for making you wait so long, But before he could finish, she turned and ran away without looking back. Muin, what's wrong with you? After chasing to a corner, Leon Cosmo actually lost track of her. He couldn't help sighing. Children's moods are really unpredictable. No wonder that female dragon made me responsible for childcare. Little did he know, Muin appeared behind Leon Cosmo. Taking advantage of Leon Cosmo's inattention, she hugged his waist tightly. Muin caught Daddy! Seeing his daughter, Leon Cosmo was stunned and asked her, Didn't you just run past from the front? But Muin looked confused. No, Daddy never came to find Muin, so Muin came to find Daddy. Hearing this, Leon Cosmo wondered, could he have seen wrong? Next, Muin wanted to take Leon Cosmo to see something ahead. The little girl who ran away earlier watched them from a distance, clenching her small fists in anger. Leon Cosmo followed Muin to a garden, watching her draw seriously. His soul felt so much more healed. Having a daughter is wonderful. But thinking of Ross Weiss, Leon Cosmo got angry. Someday, Daddy will take you away from that female dragon's clutches. Soon, Muin held up her finished drawing and ran to Leon Cosmo. Daddy, look at the family portrait Muin drew! Before seeing it, Leon Cosmo praised his daughter for drawing so well. But when Leon Cosmo took it and looked at the drawing, he found the family portrait had 4 people. So he pointed to one of the little girls and asked, Muin, why are there 2 children in the drawing? Muin said that was her sister. As soon as she finished speaking, Leon Cosmo was immediately confused. How did he not know Muin had a sister? It turned out Leon Cosmo not only hit the target with 1 shot, but scored a double. No wonder when he mistakenly called the sister's name in the garden earlier, she got very angry and ran away. But Muin even comforted Leon Cosmo. Muin thinks sister isn't angry. She was probably just shy seeing Daddy. Hearing her say this, Leon Cosmo thought that made sense. It was normal for them not to be familiar since he'd never met his older daughter. Leon Cosmo looked toward the distant Silver Dragon Temple. Why would that female dragon hide such a big thing from me? I must find her and ask clearly. In Ross Weiss's study, she was handling Silver Dragon Clan political affairs. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps outside caught her attention. Leon Cosmo opened the door and shouted her name. Before Leon Cosmo could speak, she asked him, Why isn't Muin with you? Of course she went to play with her sister. Leon Cosmo questioned her, Why did you hide my older daughter's existence from me? But Ross Weiss smiled indifferently. Now you know, don't you? Seeing her attitude showed no remorse whatsoever, Leon Cosmo was immediately furious. I really should thank you for working so hard to bear me 2 children. When I return to my homeland, I'll definitely write your name, Ross Weiss, in my family genealogy. After hearing this, her face looked somewhat unhappy, and she sneered proudly. Do you know why I didn't tell you about my older daughter's existence? I think you're jealous that Muin and I are too close, so you won't let Noah come and acknowledge me as her father. Hearing Leon Cosmo say this, Ross Weiss's expression grew serious. You're so eager to meet Noah? Isn't that obvious? How can I not meet my own daughter? I'm different from you, this cold and strict mother. I want to build a good relationship with her. But Ross Weiss's face showed a mischievous smile. Fine, but don't regret it. Soon after, in the kitchen, Leon Cosmo planned to use delicious food as the first step to get closer to his older daughter. Rossweiss, just watch me today. Leon Cosmode cooked a pot of fragrant cream stew. He had made this dish for his team before. The sweet taste was especially suitable for children. Just smelling this aroma, he knew his cooking skills hadn't gotten rusty. I'll definitely win Noah over. Leon Cosmode could already imagine that happy scene. However, this scene was also seen by two maids outside. His Highness just recovered from serious illness but personally cooks for his family. He's really a good family-oriented male dragon. At this time, Rossweiss came over leading two daughters. She instructed the two maids that they could rest. You don't need to stand by during today's dinner. Thank you, Your Majesty. Leon Cosmode came out carrying the pot. You came at the perfect time, we can eat now. Muin ran over. Daddy, what does it smell like? It smells so good. I heard you two love eating meat, so I specially made stew and steak for you. With that, Leon Cosmode looked expectant. Noah, do you feel Daddy's care? But he found her turning away with disgust, even snorting coldly. Seeing this, Leon Cosmode was confused. How was this completely different from what he had imagined? Looking at Rossweiss's mischievous smile nearby, Leon Cosmode guessed she had anticipated this situation, which was why she never let him meet Noah. At this time, Rossweiss had her older daughter introduce herself. Today is your first formal meeting with Daddy. Yes, Mother. Noah walked proudly to Leon Cosmode with her hands on her hips. I am Rossweiss, the Silver Dragon Queen's eldest daughter, Noah Melkve, 1 year and 2.5 months old. Leon Cosmode quickly squatted down to shake hands with his daughter. Hello, Noah. I'm Leon Cosmode, your daddy. He thought his polite greeting would leave a good impression on her. But Noah just gave him a dismissive, oh, does this kid have something against me? Her attitude is so cold. Seeing this, Muin quickly grabbed Noah's hand and whispered, Sister, say more, don't make Dad feel awkward. Unexpectedly, Noah directly lifted her little hand. He looks so weak. Is he really our dad? Hearing these two sentences, Leon Cosmode was so angry he spat blood on the spot, as if a sharp sword had pierced his heart. What a dutiful daughter I have. Leon Cosmode's dad career had just encountered its first crisis. This had become his most torturous moment, because Leon Cosmode discovered that although the two daughters were twins, their personalities were completely opposite. Noah was obviously like her mother. He asked Noah expectantly, Do you like the food Dad made? To his surprise, she looked disgusted and blurted out disgusting. This was the second blow Leon Cosmode had received from her today. Seeing Leon Cosmode getting shut down, Rossweiss couldn't help but laugh out loud. Muin looked curious. Why is Mom so happy today? She smiled and told Muin, Your dad finally got to reunite with our whole family. Seeing him so happy naturally makes me happy too. Don't you think so, Leon? Why aren't you smiling anymore? At this moment, Leon Cosmode really wanted to teach this mother dragon a lesson. But he could only force a smile. Being with my family makes me very happy indeed. At this time, Muin raised her little hand and suggested, Then can Dad eat dinner with us every day from now on? Although Leon Cosmode didn't want to eat dinner with this mother dragon every day, he couldn't disappoint Muin. Before Leon Cosmode could speak, Noah actually spat out 2 words, no way. Muin looked at her sister in confusion. Why not? It turned out Noah wanted to go to the dragon kindergarten at St. Sis Academy. Rossweiss couldn't help but feel puzzled. There are all 5-year-old dragons there. Why are you in such a hurry to enroll? You're only 1 year and 2.5 months old. But Noah said she wanted to enroll early to defeat more dragon slayers. This statement nearly choked Leon Cosmode to death while he was eating. So his eldest daughter wanted to defeat him, her old father. So Leon Cosmode told Noah, Dragon slayers are very fierce. You're so small you'll get hurt. Oh, trying to persuade her to give up this idea. But she was arrogant again. Don't treat me like a child. I'm not as weak as you. After understanding Noah's true thoughts, Rossweiss actually agreed. She believed that learning skills earlier would allow her to fight dragon slayers sooner. Then she looked at Leon Cosmode with a smile. Am I right, Leon? Or do you have any reason to stop Noah from going to school? Although Leon Cosmode was now furious. If he opposed it, Noah would dislike him even more. It seemed he could only gradually change her mind. In the end, Leon Cosmode also agreed to this matter. After seeing her scheme succeed, Rossweiss was secretly delighted. Leon Cosmode finally realized that this mother dragon wanted to use Noah to launch a mental attack on him during this dinner. Thinking of this, he couldn't help but burn with anger. Rossweiss, you just wait. Then he spoke to advise Noah. The entrance exam for St. Sis Academy will be in a month. During this month, let your dad help you prepare. Noah nodded seriously after hearing this. As the family dinner ended, Muin happily showed her sister her full little belly. Seeing that Rossweiss was about to get up and leave, Leon Cosmode quickly called out to her and pointed at the dining table, saying, These haven't been cleaned up yet. Rossweiss was stunned after hearing this. Does the dignified Silver Dragon Queen need to wash dishes? These trivial matters can be left to the servants. But Leon Cosmo told her that it's the warm and harmonious family way for husband and wife to clean up and wash dishes together after dinner. Then he leaned close to her ear and whispered, "You also want to create a harmonious family atmosphere in front of your daughters, don't you? Now is a good opportunity." Rosweiss looked at Moon's expectant little eyes and finally chose to compromise. She sighed helplessly. "Then let's clean up together." After hearing this, Moon raised her hand to say she wanted to help too. What a good daughter Daddy has. But she was directly dragged away by Noah. "Sister, where are you taking me?" After Rosweiss finished washing the dishes, she was somewhat annoyed and asked Leon Cosmode when he would come over to help. Leon Cosmode looked at her seriously. "Do you remember what I told you 2 years ago? Never be alone with a powerful dragon slayer." After saying this, the dragon mark on Rosweiss's chest began to flicker with purple light. She quickly turned around and asked, "Leon Cosmode, what do you want to do? Don't you already know what I want to do? Before, in the wilderness, I was controlled by your dragon mark, played around like a toy, but now things are different." But Rosweiss thought Leon wanted to use this trick to escape, so she immediately swung her tail at him. After Leon easily blocked this attack with his fist, he immediately grabbed her dragon tail. "Who said I was trying to escape?" At this moment, Rosweiss couldn't help but let out a sharp scream, her little face turning red instantly. "You bastard. Her Majesty the Queen can't use her strength anymore, can she?" At this time, Leon was holding her tail with an arrogant expression on his face. This was because the dragon mark could make Rosweiss's tail incredibly sensitive. She was now just a little female dragon at Leon's mercy, though this was also thanks to the new knowledge he had discovered in the Dragon Clan books. He brought his face close to Rosweiss's. "You dragons crave to conquer and control everything. But have you ever been conquered? Today I'll let you experience what it feels like to be conquered."